Asia's 50 Best Restaurants has announced the American Express One to Watch Award, and it went to August. This is a joint venture of Chef Hans Christian and restaurateur Budi Cahyadi in Jakarta, Indonesia. This is prestigious and very special because usually it's been restaurants in Bali. This time it's Jakarta.
Finally.
Yes.
Well, receiving the top honor for a rising star restaurant in the Asian region, August aims to be an inspiration for Jakarta's restaurant scene.
Yes, and to know more about Indonesia and the Asia's dining scene, we have here with us August chef owner Hans Christian, August managing partner Budi Cahyadi, and also dining observer Kevindra Soemantri. Good morning, guys. Thank you so much for being here.
Busy today in the studio.
Yeah.
Good morning. Full house.
It is a full house.
Yeah.
First of all, congratulations on getting this award.
Thank you.
My. I heard also from Kevin that this is a very prestigious and very important award. So how do you guys feel, Budi and Hans?
Amazing, but a very humbling experience as well, because we get to be among the respected senior and usually the chef that we only look up to online. But very nice, very nice.
Yeah, what about you, Budi?
No, absolutely. I mean, it's I've been in this industry very long, and this is I think it's a milestone for myself, for Hans, and I think for Jakarta. Super happy, very blessed.
Can't imagine. I mean, could you explain a little bit about August itself? What makes your concept unique? Can you explain to us a little bit about the concept for those who aren't familiar, and what makes it unique, you think, that makes it stand out amongst
From the cuisine.
In terms of the food that we do, we are doing a modern flavors. So we are not like categorized within a specific region or cuisine or authentic food. It's a lot of influence, I would say, like a globally inspired, but then we try to highlight as much as local ingredients, also an influence from a flavor of Indonesia.
But this is not fusion, right? Because Budi said that, oh, this is not fusion cuisine. It's different,
it is not.
right?
I honestly hate the word fusion.
Exactly, so please do correct.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I would just say it's a modern flavors.
It's a modern flavor type thing. Yeah, so Kevin, one to watch. This award is one to watch. What does that mean?
So I think from the bigger perspective, one to watch is not only award for the restaurants. It's also award recognition for the city where the restaurant's located. Because when you get that one to watch, it means that everybody now in the gourmet scene is now looking at the city, what's happening. Now the restaurants like August exist in Jakarta, so there must be something happening in the city.
So this has never happened. This has never happened before.
Never happened before in Jakarta.
In Jakarta,
right? Mostly in Bali.
Special.
Of course, Bali has always been the forerunner of gourmet dining, right? Indonesia, but never been in Jakarta. I think this is a very pivotal moment for Jakarta's dining scene, with August winning the One to Watch award.
But I mean, we know that there's lots of fine dining establishments here in Jakarta. So what, maybe perhaps Budi can answer this as well. You've been in the business a long time. What makes it more challenging to have a restaurant that can be recognized for an award like this in Jakarta, as opposed to places like Bali, where it's more commonly won?
For this kind of concept, why a lot of people, or we found it a lot more in Bali, because I think we are offering, or generally people are offering a dining experience.
Yes.
In Jakarta, I think you have a choice, or you are basically forced to pick between business or a concept.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And sometimes
mostly it's business, right?
The one thing.
Yeah, the chuan thing.
Which is important.
Of course.
To sustain the business. But myself and Hans always believed that when we do August, we wanted to do a full experience, full dining experience, not necessarily only from a profitable point of view, but we are going very personal, and we are offering something that you would remember, and that's what's important.
That makes
What do you
sense.
mean? I know. What do you mean very personal? I mean, it's like if Paul and I go there,
Right.
what sort of experience will we receive that makes August clearly is different from other restaurants?
So basically, what we do, August as a concept, as a restaurant, we wanted that every guest feel that it is like you're visiting your friend's place. on Saturday night
That's the concept.
for dinner. you know.
Right.
So we tried for us and the team, it's important for us to sort of get to know the guests before they actually arrive. So for example, and this is like, I'm happy that you asked. So for example, I never met Paul before.
Yeah.
So when I know that he's gonna be our news anchor today, so I Googled last night.
Yeah.
I found out that you were in Canada. You're also a DJ.
Wow. Extensive research.
Your daughter was born in Bali.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, detailed.
Wow.
So we tried to, not in a bad way, but I think we tried to find out the background of the guests, whether it's an anniversary, whether it's a birthday, just to elevate the experience.
Right.
I mean, Hans, I'm sure with the food and everything, it's orchestra experience, but
Right.
from a dining room point of view, that we want to elevate that to make sure that you would remember that.
Wow.
Well, that will work because I'm just happy when somebody remembers my name, let alone if somebody actually acts like they've already met me before. It would make me feel that much more comfortable and home.
But we wanted to do that, and that's I think what we strive to do in August.
Right, and also the interesting concept about August is that, I mean, you mentioned earlier, we want people to return because when people mention fine dining, oftentimes they just go there once, probably because, well, the price
Post some
is...
pics.
Yeah, post some pics, you know.
Occasional,
Right, because
Yeah.
one, the price is, quite high, and also usually it's just for special days. But what makes August different is that you want people to come back. So Hans, could you please tell us a little bit?
We are located in Jakarta. We don't have a lot of tourist traffic compared to like in Bali. So we cook for the locals, and we really are fortunate for them to like keep coming back, and that's why we keep pushing for the team to keep changing the menu as well,
This is
which is kind of
interesting.
exhausting in a way,
Right.
but it's
How
very
often
rewarding.
do you change?
Major change, we do it every 5 months.
Every 5 months.
But then within that 5 months, we usually have like a seasonal menu that maybe like 1 or 2 or 3 dishes like keep like rotating with new seasonal items, or sometimes we get a good seafood from Lombok or from Sumbawa. And can only stay for 2 weeks.
Yes.
So we sell that to our lovely regulars for 2 weeks, and then it changed. So
How does that work with regulars? Because what if I have a favorite dish and it's
There you go.
it's only here for a few months?
Same question.
Do you ever get requests
Same
like that? And
question.
What do you do? Like, how do you handle that?
so what we did before is we keep track of what they ate
Okay.
Yeah.
on the last visit.
Yeah.
So when you return after a month, we usually will whip up some 1 or 2 new items for you to try. So yeah.
Okay, I did ask the same question
Yeah.
because, like, I want to go to my favorite, but you don't have it anymore.
I'm like that. I'm very much like that. I want to ask Kevindra, tell us a little bit about what I hate to use this word, but the market is like for fine dining here, because we do know that there's new places popping up every other week, it seems, especially in the Jakarta area. And it seems like people do have an affinity for fine dining. So can you tell us a little bit about what that is like? Because one of the benefits of not being a place like Bali, you can cultivate regular customers as opposed to having tourists coming in and out all the time, and building your reputation is much more difficult. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
I think from the dining observer perspective, we have so many restaurants in Jakarta, right? With that kind
almost
of level.
too many choices.
Almost too many
right?
choices.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you don't have restaurants with the same, same values and experience of August. Like every time I go to a restaurant, I always think that, okay, I need not only good food experience, but also a very personal and good service, great service experience.
Agree.
And this is what August brought to Jakarta market, with the existence of Budi as the owner and also as the people on the front of the house person. They give this a very, exciting experience that you cannot get anywhere, I have to say, in restaurants. Because most of the great restaurants in the world, they always have this formula where they marriage the kitchen and also the dining area, right? And that's what August brings to the table. And for the market itself in fine dining, I realized there is this kind of changing in the terms of fine dining itself. I mean, the newer generation, they try to reinvent the meaning of luxury itself. Not only in not only in the meaning of fine dining. If you look at the fashion industry, for example, we used to associate luxury with Tiffany & Co. and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But now you have Off-White, luxury item. You have
Streetwear almost.
yeah,
right?
streetwear.
But it's become.
So everyone is now redefining the meaning of luxury, as well as in dining. And August is here to redefine the meaning of luxury for the diners. Right? So fine dining is no longer about white tablecloth or like the
suit.
suits, and then you have like so many things going on the table. No, it's just a good, nice experience. That's it. That's the best luxury.
Not less intimidating.
Less intimidating.
I find.
We wanted to make it fun as well. You know, because normally you are, you know, all this formality,
Yes.
stiffness.
Yes.
That's what put off people to go
Kind of.
and have the experience.
That's true.
And when we talk about August, we wanted to strip down all those formality. So white tablecloth. We wanted basically you to be yourself, like in your friend's place.
Yeah.
You know, when you laugh, when you have to giggle, you have to giggle.
Oh, that's gonna be me.
Unlike on those setting when Kevin just explained white tablecloth, I always associate this like you. We don't want you to dine like you go to the library or museum where you have to whisper. Pretend. No, we don't want that. We wanted you really enjoy the great food. We wanted you to have a good times. You know, enjoy the companion. So you know, and hopefully that bringing. Happy mood.
You know what I'm usually whispering? What fork do I use? There's always so many of those either too.
No, we don't. You can't miss it. You know, for us, it's like, you know,
simple.
Just like at home.
It's pretty direct, right?
Yeah. Like,
So do you think, Kevin, the presence of August will change the way, of course you said earlier about how people experience dining, but also the restaurateur or the dining landscape in Indonesia? Because you mentioned earlier, we were in the makeup room together getting ready. You said what makes August special, Hans and Budi special, is that because they're actually hands-on. They're not the type of business people who would just like go, yeah, okay, I'm gonna make a restaurant. You know,
Boss mentality.
Yeah,
The boss
boss
mentality.
mentality, right? I mean, this is what makes it different because the guests actually feel you, feel
The presence.
both
The
of you.
presence, yeah. I think the most important about the existence of August, like both of you guys, is actually I do believe there are lots of young chefs or restaurants back then, they want to do something like August, but they're kind of afraid, are the market ready, or Jakarta's market ready. But Hans and Budi both are crazy enough to start with.
Quit their job and do
their
this.
job.
The right word.
Started August, and I do believe they will say like, oh wow, that concepts actually work in Jakarta. So it will give boost of confidence for the new players, right? And also for the consumer, I do believe they will understand that, oh, this is the kind of concept that I actually longing for, right? This kind of dining experience that is not just about the astonishing plate and stuff like that, no, but the real experience that when you get home, you out from the restaurants, though you'll see like, wow, is that a very nice one?
Yeah.
So I do believe that a good restaurants gives you good experience, but a great restaurants will leave guests with perspective. So when you get out from restaurant, you learn something new, new perspective, even the small details. Like you said, like Budi remembers your name and those kind of family, things going on. I think that's really, really nice one.
Do you think about that, Hans, when you create menu? I mean, what's your thinking process as a chef? I'm just curious.
I think it goes both ways from the dining room, also from the kitchen. We, at August, we value a conversation with the guests. So in terms of the food, it's very personal for me. A lot of it comes from my childhood memories or my own personal experience. And so it kind of like helped the team as well to build a conversation with the guest. So it's not just like, okay, it's Wagyu with caviar, with foie gras. It's just elaborative. So this one we tried to tell a bit of like a short story of where this comes from and stuff like that.
So what is the current prima donna in your current menu, and what's the story behind that particular menu?
I don't think we have like one
Yeah.
because we try to keep it fair for.
For all
Make it worth
cuisines.
the effort. You know?
But if I may say one or two dish, it would be the breakfast from mom.
Breakfast
which
from mom.
is inspired by my favorite breakfast.
Which is?
Back then, it's a steamed rice with lap chong or
Oh
French
my
sausage
goodness.
omelet.
You just brought me back to my childhood. Yeah.
And we try to keep it small, so it's like a snack bites,
Yeah.
our own style.
Because it's your breakfast from your
Yeah,
mom
back
back then.
then.
So personal.
lot of
and
families
so
did that.
sweet. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then what's the second one? What's the second?
We have this it's a fish and it can change seasonally, and usually it's served with this signature broth inspired by kuah garang asam.
Oh.
So I love this the sourness and the sharpness of the broth.
From the belimbing wulu.
Belimbing
Yeah.
wulu, belimbing wulu, our homemade bumbu paste, and the fish bone stock. So it's I think it's one of our signature seafood course.
Oh my goodness.
So-
My mouth is watering.
But you're like me, right? You probably, if you have a lot of choices, it's very hard to decide.
Yeah.
But you have something called Chef's Journey. Can you
Yes.
Ooh,
explain a
what's
little
that?
bit about that?
We remove that headache from you.
Yeah, please do.
Yes. So it's basically a compilation of all our items, so you don't have to pick and choose.
There you go.
Because sometimes also people are very skeptical towards certain dish because they had a bad experience.
Right.
What do you mean?
Like for example, I don't really fancy,
Foie gras.
like for example, squid.
Oh, squid.
Foie gras. But maybe in a different preparation, you're gonna like it, and it kind of like change your perspective
Okay,
towards
okay, okay.
certain ingredients.
Right.
So it's fun to have that kind of. Because sometimes when people say, please, I don't want squid because I don't like squid. And we still serve
purposely-
that.
Purposely serve it.
Too bad. It's part of the journey.
No, I mean, it's part of the journey.
In a good way.
But if you don't,
Yeah.
if after the first bite you don't like it,
We change
we'll
it.
change the menu.
Oh, wow.
So we are basically wanted to change that, like what Han said, just because you have one, maybe in the past, somebody got bad experience about squid, smelly.
Just
or
give
not
us
fresh.
chance.
Right.
Give us chance.
Why is it
Then-
important for you two to change people's perspective? Because I don't think any restaurateur has ever thought
ever cared that much, yeah.
cared that much.
I think it's fun, you know, to show. And we transform quite a bit of gas, you know. A lot of people say, oh yeah, I don't eat, squid, or I don't eat tomato. As simple as, oh, I don't like tomato.
Yeah.
And we say, okay, are you having an allergy?
Yeah.
No, I just don't like it. Oh, I say, okay. Then I said, Hans table so-and-so doesn't like it.
New challenge. Challenge accepted.
Okay, in this dish we have a tomato.
Oh my God.
Let's serve it as normal. I presented the dish. I said, look, there's a tomato underneath the cheese for the dabu-dabu salad.
Yeah, but we don't want to be a pushover, so
Yeah.
No, but we explained why we wanted you to try.
Okay. So you explain why that's part of the ingredients
Exactly.
and why
it's just as simple as people hate chicken breast because usually it's,
Oh, yeah.
It's dry.
rough.
That's
And
true.
I'm not gonna pick it if I have the choice.
Choice.
Sure.
But here it's part of the tasting, and we just want to make sure it cooked like very moist and tender, and it's kind of like oh, I love chicken breast now.
Wow.
So it's a sense of satisfaction, isn't it, when you can change somebody's
Yes.
mind about
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
Because really, if it's prepared properly, all food is good, isn't it?
That's
you just have to
true.
make sure that
Yeah.
it's done right.
Yeah, that's true.
It's very interesting that you guys are willing to go that extra mile for your customers. So it's no wonder that you guys have won this award. So what's next? I mean, you guys are already kind of got the recognition. That
What's next? I'm gonna be one of their guests.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if you guys
Real soon.
We're gonna
have a
welcome you
special
guys.
event, I know a great DJ, by the way.
I don't know. I don't think we're gonna like open, like a new branch or anything
Yeah,
like that. We just want to focus here.
Good.
I don't think
like
there's
that.
gonna be like another August. So we gonna do a lot of collaboration this year, which on the first year we focus on the system and improving what we have.
Great.
But on the second year, now we try to focus on a lot of collaboration with other chefs. And I think, yeah, I mean, I don't know if you have another.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure. I mean, August, it's still a very young baby.
18 months. 18-month baby.
So yeah, we wanted to make sure that, to improve certain things, just to make sure that the team and us also align. Because I think now the next step is, I think we need to step up the game. And I'm sure that's a lot of details that we need to make sure that we can deliver to our guests, to you guys, We just want to focus there, and of course with a collaboration with other chefs from a different part of the world, I think it's also exciting.
Different part of the world.
I'm glad to hear that your perspective still hasn't changed into maintaining or improving your quality even higher, as opposed to some people would just get an award and say, hey, you know what, we should capitalize.
Yeah.
I'm going to open 5 more branches in East, South, North Jakarta.
I know. And then
happens.
the quality goes down,
Exactly.
and then you lose your customers. What is the point?
Well, there's only
right?
one of each of them, so they can't be in every single brand.
No, they can't dissect themselves and start distributing themselves in these restaurants.
Indeed.
So, Kevin, how do you see them in August winning this award? How will it change the landscape of Indonesian dining experience?
Yeah.
And probably Indonesia also in the eyes of the global culinary aficionados.
Tourism.
I think it's about the time, right? It's about the time for Indonesia to be recognized in the global dining spotlight, especially like Jakarta, right? So if you look at some of the world's best restaurant lists, most of them, they're located not in a remote island or a resort town. They're located in a busy business city, right? Jakarta is ready to become one. And I do believe with the richness that we have, we always believe that Indonesia have a very rich gastronomic culture, right?
Yes.
But we need to put that into a different level.
Yes.
And I think with August, and then you see in Bandung, you see in Surabaya, it's now like restaurants like kind of inspired by August, now they pop up and emerge. And I think that's a very nice signal that in the next 5 or 10 years, I do believe we are in the same position, perhaps like Bangkok or Singapore. Yeah, right?
Wow. Yeah, I can see that
How
happening.
very exciting.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely have the appetite for it
Oh,
here
yeah.
in Jakarta.
Oh,
That's important.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much, and congratulations
much.
once
Thank you
again.
so much.
Thank you.
By the way, real quick, August, the name, where's that from?
It's
So cute, the story.
there's 2 meanings.
Okay.
First, I think Hans and I shared the birth month of August.
Nice.
Sweet.
It's a very personal project.
Yeah, that's a personal project. That's a personal note. But when we Google it up, August, in adjective, it also means respected and impressive.
So cool, right?
This is not a self-claim. It's something that we aspire to be respected in the industry and impressive to our guests.
That summarized nicely our talk show today.
And Leos, right?
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Why they're all hands on and they have their own passions.
And I get along with Leos. That's why we got good chemistry. That's why I'm going to your restaurant.
I'm married to one. I'm going to bring her to the restaurant as well. So there you go. Guys, thank you so much once again. Budi, Hans, as well as Kevin. Always glad to have you back here on the program. We'll be visiting definitely soon.
Yes.
forward.
Indeed. And we're going to have another short break. When we come back, we still have lots more for you. So don't go anywhere.